Hello, Megan Seamans here of meganseamans.com. And today I'm going to be talking about one of the number one debates in the coaching industry, which is, do I need a certification to be a life coach? I myself am a certified life coach, and I'm going to talk to you about my thoughts on this question, along with where I got my certification. So let's dive on in. All right, so the reason I want to talk about this is, of course, for you, if you are looking at becoming a life coach and you're in the beginning of the research process and maybe you've Googled the question, do I need a certification? You've started to research schools and maybe your brain's hurting a little bit if you do need one or don't, because it is a heavy debate inside the coaching industry. And I also wanted to record this video for you if you're looking to hire a life coach, because I do get a lot of questions about, what should I look for when I'm hiring a life coach? What questions should I ask when I'm getting on that first initial call with a life coach? So hopefully this helps you either way. And I have to say, and kick this thing off with the fact that I've worked with both certified coaches and non-certified coaches, and I can certainly tell a difference. So let's just cut straight to the chase here. Do you need a certification? Do you need one? No, you don't. Anyone can go out there and be a life coach. It is an unregulated industry and you can't get shut down if you don't have a certification. So do you need one? No. And if you want to go out there and be a coach without a certification, cool, go for it. I'm not here to tell you, I'm not the regulator. There is no regulator, so I can't tell you, no, you can't do that. Here's why I feel so passionate about coaches who do have certification or at minimum education in the coaching industry. And I'll talk a little bit about the difference between the two as well. I believe fully and wholeheartedly that coach education is vital for the life coaching industry. However, I'm against regulating the life coaching industry. And I want to say, I put this on an Instagram post the other day about this, and people were like lit up and on fire for it. Unregulated does not mean uneducated. The coaching industry gets a lot of hate and a lot of debates like this because it's unregulated. And people say, we need to regulate it so that, XYZ can't happen. But what does regulation really mean? What does it really mean when we regulate a field? All that means is a couple of humans decide that they're going to put a bunch of rules on something, and it changes the barrier of entry for becoming whatever it is. And in this case, we're talking about life coaching. For example, I have a college degree, which is regulated. Now, my college degree kind of feels like a big joke because over half of the courses that I had to take for my college degree had absolutely nothing to do with my major. I think this is what happens when we regulate an industry. More rules get put on, and then more rules, and then more rules, and then more rules, until all of a sudden there's so many rules that you have no freedom for creative expression. But again, unregulated doesn't mean uneducated. I think regulating a system is just a systematic approach that I believe is a little worn out, and there's new ways of doing things. So let's talk about unregulated versus uneducated. I think there are many incredible life coach certification programs out there. I think there are ways to be educated as a life coach outside of certification programs. And I also think there are specific backgrounds that you can have that wouldn't require you to get education or certification at all. But the reason I think life coach education is so important is because you're working with someone's life, duh. You're also frequently working with someone's mind. That is no joke, friends. You can really mess someone up or get them stuck in a really bad place if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing when you're going in to helping people set goals, helping them create that forward path, if you don't know what you're doing, and specifically, if you don't know when to draw a boundary to say, that's not mine, we're not going to go there, that can be dangerous. One of the first things you learn in a coach certification program is the difference between coaching and therapy. When I first was taught this, I thought, cool, this will be great for me to be able to explain the difference between coaching and therapy. What I didn't realize was how that made me a responsible coach, because I know when I can set up a line and say, that's not my field, we're not going to go there. But I've seen far too many times coaches who are not educated in the coaching space go there, cross that line, and dangerous things happen when you cross that line between coaching and therapy. There's a reason that therapy requires certain license and, again, certain education, right? And so when you get that coaching education, you understand these things that make you a responsible coach. So that's why I'm so passionate about coaching, the coaching industry having certifications, education, whatever it is. Do I think that means it has to be systematically regulated? No. Do I think education is super important, whether you're becoming a coach or hiring a coach? Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. I believe coach education is vital for this industry and so important. And I would love to see many, many more coaches out there getting educated in coaching schools and certifications that are super responsible in the things I've been talking about so far. Now, the last thing I want to touch on before I dive into where I was certified and why I super recommend it. The last thing I want to touch on, I mentioned a few things before where I said, I don't believe you need to have a coaching certification all the time. For example, if you have specific educational backgrounds and a few other underlying factors. I'm the kind of person, if you're new around here, I'm the kind of person that where there's a rule, I think there's always an exception to the rule. I'm never one for the extremes. And I think this is one of the cases where this shows up. So I don't think you need a coaching certification if you do have that background in therapy, psychology, counseling. I mean, you might get one to elevate your skill set in this area of expertise. But do you need one if you have some kind of educational background already in this space and you understand the basics of the coaching world? I don't think so. I also think I've seen many examples of people who have worked with their own coach for years and years and years and years and years and years, and all of a sudden their path starts to change and they've gone through almost this apprenticeship, this mentorship with a coach. I think this is another example of it. Do I think that anyone who has a great life story can just hop on board and become a coach? Again, exceptions to every rule, but I refer back to how important I believe coaching education is and the harm I think can be done if you aren't educated in the baseline things that make a coach and allow you to see the boundaries and what's not yours to touch. All right, so let's talk about where I was certified as a life coach. I chose to get certified through Beautiful You Coaching Academy. They are an ICF accredited coaching school. ICF is the International Coaching Federation. It's not a regulation because, again, the field is unregulated, but it is a accreditation institute that requires certain schools to meet certain guidelines as a coaching institution. And so Beautiful You is ICF accredited. Why I chose Beautiful You is one, and mainly for the values that they put out there as a coaching school. Beautiful You, I mean, I can't express enough, and you'll see it just going onto the website. They hold true to their values through and through of being a responsible and inclusive coaching academy. And so that was the first thing that really spoke to me. The other thing, and you can refer back to my video of my Beautiful You Coaching Academy full review and how I found it and how I got there. But really, it was a nudge that led me to the webpage, and I consumed the entire academy sales page in like one sitting, and I just knew I had to be there. Everything, like I was saying in the first part, and the main reason that I loved it so much, those values were shining through. I could tell this was a good space to be. My heart was led to it, and I knew that that was the school I wanted to align with. And I can say now, after five years since making that decision, I started my Beautiful You coaching course in 2016. I absolutely knew I made the right decision. And at this point, I have worked with Beautiful You coaches and non-Beautiful You coaches, and I can tell the difference. There is something that Julie Parker, the CEO of Beautiful You, attracts into this coaching academy, and it shines through in every single coach that I've had the honor of working with or sitting with or being best friends with. Now, Beautiful You has a academy program to become a life coach. And then they also have an extra layer to be a fully certified Beautiful You coach. And so it just kind of amps up the education that you go through in Beautiful You, and you become the certified coach. So I'll talk about the differences here. So the Beautiful You Coaching Academy program, to learn about how to be a coach, how to be a responsible coach, how to hold sessions, how to start marketing your business, all that good stuff, is a 6-month program. It's all online. They're based in Australia. I'm based in the US, if you don't know and you're new around here. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world because it's all virtual. There are 14 modules going through from all the way to the beginning of those coaching foundations, all the way through getting your coaching business out there and how to make that happen. And then there are group calls, which are now at this point on Zoom, but I guess Grandma me in 2016, we still did telephone calls, call in. Crazy to think how much technology's advanced in just 5 years. Anyway, you do group calls with the incredible training team. If I started to talk about the training team, I probably would go on for another hour, but these trainers are absolutely incredibly talented coaches in many different niches and fields and backgrounds, and they're there to support you the entire time. And the community, again, please watch my Beautiful You Coaching Academy full review if you want to hear more about this, but the community was absolutely my favorite part of this program and saying yes to becoming a certified life coach. You can select to have a coaching buddy and do practice sessions so that you know what it's like to work with a client. And I still have some of my very best friends from that 2016 program. We meet up every year and we try to do it multiple times if our schedules allow. And we just connect and we share what's working in our business and all of the good stuff. I could go on and on about the trainers and the community. I love it so much. That's the program in a nutshell. And then if you want to take it to the next level and become a fully certified Beautiful You coach, there's a couple of other requirements you have to meet. Again, this is really just enhancing your coaching education. So first, you yourself have to work with a Beautiful You fully certified coach for at minimum a 3-month series. You also have to submit some of your coaching sessions for one of the Beautiful You trainers to review. Again, I think this just fully speaks to their values as a training institution. They're really looking at, are you being that responsible, inclusive coach? Do you know where those boundaries are? Are you using the coaching tools that they provide to you? Let's see, there's also now an examination that you have to take to show and demonstrate that you understand and will be using those coaching tools that they teach you throughout the Beautiful You Coaching Academy course. Oh, I think I forgot to say, you also have to complete the Beautiful You coaching program that I talked about before I started talking about the certification path. And they do watch participation and engagement and all that good stuff. And I think that's everything, but I will put the link below here so you can look at what it takes to become a certified Beautiful You coach, along with their coaching enrollment page. And before you go, super quick, I am a extremely, probably overly proud affiliate of the Beautiful You Coaching Academy, and I have some super awesome, wonderful, what are all the adjectives I can fit in? I have some epic bonuses if you do sign up through my unique referral code. So I will be dropping that below this video as well. Make sure you check it out. If you have any questions at all, I always offer life coach Q&A question sessions where you can come in and ask me absolutely anything, or you can just send me a message on my Instagram or Facebook. You can find me all the places at Megan Seamans. I'm happy to support you. I believe we need more coaches in this world, and I hope you are the next coach that I get to support. All right, lots of love and gratitude to you. I hope this video helped. Please let me know in the comments. Did you learn something? Tell me what you think. And please let me celebrate you if you are becoming a Beautiful You coach. Drop that in there below. All right, lots of love and gratitude. I'll see you soon.